Yeah, I guess it says we're live. So we are
Are
live.
we?
Yeah, we're live. We are live. We are live. Well, we're not live
Uh,
on the screen yet, but we're live. We gonna wait for the people to file, and they should be filing in any minute. But we gonna go anyway. Let's go. Welcome to the Beef and Broccoli Show. I am. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Oh, I'm on the screen right now. I'm Doggie Diamonds. Introduce yourself to the folks.
Hi, Doggie. It's Davita Simone. Hi, guys. I missed y'all.
Yeah, we were supposed to be here yesterday, but it was a lot going on yesterday. But we're here now. That's a
Like,
good part. We
well,
are
actually, we
here.
can talk about what happened yesterday.
Okay. Okay. If you want to
I
be
feel like that's
trans.
something that we should inform the people.
Yeah, see, Davita is a good co-host because she's very transparent with the audience. She has experienced a lot of things and she
Mhm.
go through a lot, and she just loves to tell you about her life because she's a lady, and many of you ladies are gonna go through or went through what she went through, and that's why she's here and Coco is here because I can't talk to y'all about certain stuff. I'm a dude.
Right.
So what happened yesterday? Tell them.
Well, I think I spoke on the show before that my mother had breast cancer, my grandmother had breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday I went and got gene tested ahead of time to see if I have the mutation genes,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, so heavy in my family. But like, as I was talking to the doctor, I think it's important for women to go get that checked. Like if it's an option for you, I think you should probably do that, because what they do is once they find out if you do have the mutation gene,
Mm-hmm.
they can start steps early on to help prevent you getting it. Or if you get it, you won't have such a worse condition. So I think that's very important.
No, that's
So
that's dope. That's
yeah.
incredible. So, what is the steps that they would take? Like, do they start you on some type of regimen, or like what happens?
So like you could either like, so say for instance I have it, you can do a whole mastectomy,
Hmm.
and they'll take out the tissue ahead of time, so you won't even have to worry about it in the future. But like for someone like me who wants kids, that I wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had already had kids and I found out I had the mutation gene, I would for sure get it. And then they will allow you to get like reconstructive surgery, which is basically
Implants.
you can get implants. Yeah.
Got you. Oh, that's incredible.
So,
So no, that is good news. That I didn't know that you can do that. That's very very preventive and should be done if you have the past history. So you're on top of the past history, knowing that that could be your future. But it ain't gonna be. We're not putting that in the universe. It's not in the air. Everything is fine. You do not have the gene. You don't have none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't
right.
have none of that.
Amen. We claim
Yeah,
that.
we don't have none of that. So it was the thing of we also was deciding whether you should leave the hat on or off. But you love hats, so I told you wear your hats. Even though if y'all want to send Davita some
Yeah,
hats,
it's a
you
little
know,
hot for this hat, but we
yeah,
inside, so who cares?
yeah,
But
yeah,
I do
she,
love hats. That's
yeah,
my
she
thing.
she love hats. So if y'all got
I
hats,
also
y'all,
have my hair done under here, and I'm like, oh, I should have took it down so it could have looked at least something. But whatever, we
yeah,
here.
we here. So so much going on in the relationship world. This so we not a Venus versus
Yeah.
Mars show. We're really much in alignment. Like our conversations, we like the
Are we?
no, but sometimes we don't disagree. We have an understanding, and sometimes we could talk and we find that we're like the male and female version of each other because
Of each other.
sometimes
It is kind of
yeah,
scary.
it
We
is
are,
kind of
yeah.
weird because sometimes we agree with each other 100%, but it's different perspectives and different ways to handle shit. You know what I'm saying? So
But also sometimes, like how I told you earlier, I feel like, sometimes you be on my side too much, because I'm like, Doggy, I know you're my friend, but you, I mean, you got to tell me I'm wrong.
no, but the thing is, I'm gonna tell you wrong, but I'm gonna tell you wrong when I think you're wrong. I just think in
Right.
certain instances we think alike. So I'm not gonna go against me. I'm talking, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, no, no. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you like, nah, you wasn't wrong on that or this way. This is different approaches because I'm not the friend
Mhm.
to push you in the fire and sit back and say, "Oh shit, yeah, I pushed her in the fire. Fucking my life and fucked up. I want her that too." I don't want you to have anything that's unsuccessful. So of course I'm going to try to make sure that everything you do is successful, whether it's
Right.
relationship, life, career, whatever. I'm not going to be the one to admire my work. And I feel like a lot of times people will mind their business before they'll say don't do this, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Or yo,
Right.
nah,
Right.
take
Right.
this approach. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Mhm.
never tell you, yo, fuck somebody. No, we don't do that either. You know what I'm saying? I want everything to work because if you want it, then I want it for you. You know what I'm saying? I want
Yeah,
it for
I'm that
you.
friend
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
actually.
I'm not
I
one
don't
of
like
them.
friends that be like, nah, girl, leave
Yeah,
him. He
yeah,
ain't
yeah. We
shit.
not doing that.
I ain't that friend.
That's
Because
that.
if I tell you to leave and you still there,
Yeah. Then it's like,
child,
because then I'd be like,
wasting
well,
my breath.
Davita told me don't fuck with you anyway. And then it's like, oh, now you don't
Yeah.
like Davita because people be doing that shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Because sometimes when you tell them to leave, that makes them want to stay more
Yeah, yeah.
because they want to prove you wrong.
So, all right, this is the conversation that I wanted to have with you because sometimes I find myself, a female might like me, or I might like her, and I think she likes me, right? I think she likes me.
Mm-hmm.
She gives me hints. She give me hints that she liked me, but we didn't really come
Mm-hmm.
out and say it. And sometimes early on, you're afraid to say, "Yo, do you like me?" Because you don't want to
Right.
be in a situation where she like, damn, this nigga tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like we've known each
Right.
other for like 2 weeks. He already talking about liking stuff like that. So we're trying to figure out when do you apply the pressure and when do you give somebody space? Because sometimes people ask for space. So do you fight for them or do you let them go? Like what are we doing? Like what happens? What do you think?
I'm an emotional Pisces, so I be trying to fight. You know what I'm
I
saying? Like
am
I be trying to
too.
be like, oh, stand, like don't leave, no, my Kevin Hart voice.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like as I get older, I'm trying to learn to respect boundaries because it might work in your favor when they leave and come back and be like, okay, I thought about it, and I'm like, dang, I don't want to lose out on this. You know what I'm saying?
So
So I guess it just depends on the relationship, to be honest.
but how would you feel if you were in a situation with a man, you gave him space and he went off and smashed like 32 chicks and then want you back? Like, you don't look at him like, damn, nigga, you got some miles on you. Like, that don't affect you?
Yes, actually. But I think if a man did it, he would get a pass for it. And if a woman did it, it's like, oh, you don't really love me. But can I say the same thing? You don't really love me.
That's what I'm saying. I think, again, so it's like, what are we doing? And I just think, I just think we're in a day and time where you can fight for somebody who don't want to be fought for.
Yeah,
Like they like,
that's
yo,
true
give
too.
me space, respect my boundaries, and you like, okay, do I just respect that or do I say no? We have to find, So as I think a lot of people are in that situation, in the damn YouTube sphere, in life. Like when do you say okay,
Yeah.
and when do you say no? We need to talk. And I think adult being somebody got to be the adult sometimes. I think sometimes we're all very childish and
But what if it's like they just need one day of space to think and like you're not even giving them that? Then I could respect that. I could hear that, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if I feel like also to your point of adults, like I want to be married. So for me, I feel like giving space might not be conducive to like a marriage because you don't like how much space would you give your husband or your wife, Like I don't know. Maybe that doesn't make sense.
it makes a lot of sense. But when a person asks you for that, you kind of have to grant it. But
Yeah,
then,
because that's the whole point of boundaries.
yeah, but how much boundaries is too much boundaries?
Yeah, like my cousin made a point earlier. We were talking about like space and boundaries. And she was like, people should say, I need at least a day, or they should put a timeline on it, like when they want space.
Nah, it don't work like that though. It don't. It
I,
don't. It
I
ain't no.
said, no, I said it don't
Yeah,
work
yeah,
like that
yeah.
either,
It
but
don't work like that. Like, give me 72 hours and I'll get back. No, because I ain't a fucking broke toy that you put down and then you're gonna come back and play with
right.
it, when you want to play. That's not how that work. That's not how that work.
Yeah.
But then again, you also don't want to be aggressive that you could push them away too. So that's when you want to know
Right.
when do you apply pressure, when do you fight for what you want to fight for, and then sometimes in the fighting, do you lose the fight and lose them because you fought too hard?
So I think in this instance, it's also about accountability too. So say you're the person who's wrong and you're trying to apologize because you're the person that's wrong. Now, after you've apologized and try to get your point home and they're still not trying to hear you and they're still asking for space, then grant them that. But I don't think it should be coming to a point where you're like forcing them to be there or forcing them to hear you. Because then once that word forcing, then it could the lines can get blurred. Like, people could, it turns into like a crazy person type thing. Like
That's
now you're being crazy.
That's
or
gaslighting. That's gaslighting.
No, I'm the word forcing is like, I think legality when I think forcing, like, okay, maybe you're really telling me you need this break, because now I don't know, anything can happen. I don't know.
Okay, so let me ask you something. You know love the way I know love. I know me and you talk about love, right? And if you love somebody,
Right.
how could you go 3-4 days without talking to them? Right? So a lot of times, yeah, you can have space, but no communication with a person. Like, so you didn't think about me today? You didn't say like,
Right.
I wonder if he ate, like, it's a cruel world. I wonder if the police, like, you just was just like, oh, I need space, so I'm not fucking with you. Nah, fam. Nah, you don't give a fuck
I'm that
about me.
partner. That's me as a partner. Like, I'm waking up instantly and I'm like, okay, I'm thinking
Exactly.
about him. Like, did he wake up? Is he okay? Then I
Exactly.
think, like, did he eat today? Like, should I make him some food? Like, I'm always thinking about my partner.
Oh.
So like the space thing for me as an emotional Pisces is very hard because, like, I don't know how much space you need. Like, for me, I'm like, okay, you need a day. Okay, I'll give you that. Like, I kind of then I'm gonna want to hit you up during that time. Like, I want to text you good morning. So I'm struggling with space. I don't know how to do that.
This is what I'm saying. So with space, what the fuck, you want NASA or something like that? Like, what are we talking about? Space. So I think sometimes when people say they want space, they're just really telling you they don't want to fuck with you. Or they got to figure out if they want to fuck with you. Because again, there is no,
That's what I think it
yeah,
is.
because
I think it's that one. Like,
listen, it's no way somebody give a damn about you and don't know if you fucking threw up today, if you had a bad, like you just didn't think about it. And
I
I
don't think
rather,
when they ask for space though, they're not like thinking about you. I think they just are trying to figure out, like, do I still want to be here? I think that's what it is. I think it's also um situation specific, because, like, you don't know how bad the situation was where they really need space. So
but via dialogue and accountability. See, this is what I found. I found that when you hold people accountable, that's when they want to run. That's what space is. Space is initially running, right? I'm not trying to crowd you in, but I need to hold you accountable for bullshit. And then once somebody starting to get held accountable, that's when they start talking that space shit. No, yeah, we could have NASA, we could have motherfucking the moon landing, we could have all that. But could we at least get to this resolution on this situation? And it seemed like when the resolution should be coming, that's when you talk about space and wondering if you want to be here because you want to run from accountability, right? Because everybody
well,
has to be
I
held
also think
accountable.
that I'm a runner. I'm a runner. I'm a run from accountability. I'm a run if when it gets hard. And I'm also working through that, because instead of running, I need to learn how to communicate with my partner. Like, I can't just be like, I'm done with you because I'm mad. Like, that's not, especially if I want to be married, I can't do that. So I think it's, like I said, situational specific.
And then you got people who be mad at you for the shit they did to you when you want to hold them accountable. So they'll find a reason to be mad at you and say, well, I'm mad at you because I told you not to wear that hat no more because your ex bought that hat. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like you got beef over a fucking hat. And it's like, oh, so we're willing to throw away years over a hat? Like, is that serious? But it's never, to me, it's never the surface thing. It's always something deep down that they were really feeling and they never communicated that. Right. So I think a lot of times people make
That's
up
my
shit.
problem. I don't
Yeah.
communicate.
Now
My,
you got to
yeah.
you got to communicate. You got to talk. You got to say what's on your
I hold it
mind.
in.
Nah, because anything you hold in is gonna combust, and it's gonna hurt you more because you're gonna be going through the motions. You're gonna be going through the thoughts of holding it in. So that's really the problem. You can't really hold nothing in. You gotta you got to speak, or even you got to find a way to speak, right? Because sometimes it doesn't always have to
Right.
be combative and confrontational. Sometimes it could be like, yo, could I holler at you? Could I talk to you? You know what I'm saying? And a lot
But
of
I
times people,
struggle with even figuring out how to get it out because usually I'm going to like it's probably I'm gonna hold it in until it hits the fan and then I'm gonna like throw it out there. And then that might not also be respecting my partner boundaries, or it might not be he might not be ready to hear it, or it might not be the right timing. So I will say this relationship has made me grow a lot as a woman because I was struggling, but also a lot of that comes from me being in the army for so long. Because
yeah.
like some things you have to hold. They train you to do that. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can't just go up to your supervisor and go off. It's tact. They teach you tact. So for me, I'm like unlearning that too, retiring. And then I'm also had this relationship that's like, okay, he's forcing me to grow. And then I'm trying to lose everything I've learned the last 15 years in the army.
Okay, so now this is where the problem come in. You're being forced to grow like you are the little person. Sometimes you have to force us to grow, and a person has to grow with you and also understand this is your background and have to be patient with you in the growth. See,
Oh, I think
patience is
he's very patient. That
yeah,
I will say.
yeah, patience is everything though. So at the same
Yeah.
time, and then again, you can't run. Like you can't run from shit, because when you run is over. When you
Right.
run is over. And it's a maturity
Right.
that we all have to have. And
I wouldn't take it as a forcing though to grow because it's not really forcing me to grow. I'm wanting to grow for this person because I know this is like a commonality in a lot of relationships I've been in.
so is it grow, but it's grow or else though.
It's what?
It's grow or else.
I mean, it should it not be that? Like, should you
No,
not have
not
like, okay, this is what I expect from my partner, and
nah, because it's not a there's no rule book. There is no set. I think
that's true.
relationships have became this is what you're supposed to do as a woman for me. But says who?
Yeah,
But says who?
yeah.
Maybe this person is not like that. And then we start talking about compatibility and all that shit. Listen, if it was a woman who was compatible with me and that was like me, then you
Mm-hmm.
batshit crazy. I know I'm off. So I don't really, I need the balance. I need, if I'm messy, help me clean. You know what I'm saying? If I'm forgetful, help me, but you gotta wanna do those things. You know what I'm saying? Because your other half is really your half. If I'm already whole and you're whole, then we're not halves. You know what I'm saying? We come together, everything should be 50-50. Like if where I'm lacking, you come and add on. That's what makes the whole 100. Not 50-50 in payment and none of that, but the way we
But that's
think.
what I'm saying. I've had that 50-50, so that made me want to grow. When you don't have the 50-50, you don't want to do even what you're supposed to do. You don't want to do even to better yourself. So I think it's just, every relationship is not the same.
But even when in growth and having to be better, the person has to admit that they need to grow and be better as well. See, motherfuckers be coming in like they perfect. Like they, like when they go to the bathroom and they shit, it smells like peaches and cream and all that shit. Like, yo, your shit stink too. Like your underarms stink too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your mouth stink.
Yeah.
Like it's regular. So it's easy to project things on you, and then that's what gaslighting is, where you start thinking,
Right.
damn, I'm fucked up, and then you start, so anything that happens you start blaming yourself when you might have asked a simple question. It's like, see, look how you asked that question, but it's a question. Like, again, I have the right to ask questions. That's how we communicate. So when a person asks you or makes you feel like you can't communicate, because when you do communicate, it's offensive, then how do you communicate?
Right.
That's a part of gaslighting. That's a part of, okay, when I speak, you're offended by my speech. When I don't speak, you're offended because I held it in. So a lot of times people fuck with you. It's all a mind fuck. And when you deal with certain individuals, the way they are, they so busy trying to be like, well, this is way I am. That don't
So
mean that
see, I
shit is
agree with this
okay though.
comment right here. It says people are diverse and come from different backgrounds. As long as we are willing to sacrifice for each other, the things that either of us can accept, the relationship will last. I 100% agree. It's all about sacrifice. It's all about patience. I don't have much patience. So I struggle with that too. Communication and patience are my weakness, but communication, patience, and sacrifice are the key ingredients
And I
to a
have
good relationship.
and I thrive in all three: sacrifice, communication, and patience. But one thing that I'm not gonna do,
You have patience?
I do have patience. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I'm not gonna do is allow anybody to make me feel like I'm stupid. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like if that's fucking if the wall is yellow, you're not gonna tell me it's another color. Like you're not going to, and I find that sometimes I believe in my heart I intimidate women based off of
Mhm.
my intelligence. See, every woman wants an intelligent man, but then sometimes I could come off like a know-it-all. But unfortunately,
Mhm.
I do know a lot. So am I supposed to suppress
Yeah,
my
that's you.
knowledge? But am I supposed to suppress my knowledge because you intimidated? Or do you want a man
Right.
that you can say, I'm gonna ask him because he know. Like I'm just an experienced person. I'm an avid reader, I've educated myself. And just because you got a
Mhm.
master's or a certain field, that don't mean you know more than me in that. And it's not about who know more.
Right.
It's about us getting to this goal. Because I've never corrected somebody in a condescending way, like you're stupid, but it just so
Mhm.
happens, yo, you know y'all know what y'all talking about, right? No, this is how this goes. And I think sometimes it could come off like very pretentious, like I'm a know-it-all, but that's not the case. But I'm not gonna let you fail. I'm not gonna let you fuck up.
Right.
I'm gonna correct you. So I'm not also gonna do that in front of people. But some people find it offensive when they deal with an intelligent guy that's well-rounded in his intelligence, right? Some people might have this intelligence in this field. I'm just the type of person that I know a lot of shit about a lot of different things. If we want to talk about aliens, I could talk about that. Like I really know
Mhm.
that shit. If we want to talk about uh uh tech shit, I know about that. If we want to talk about health, and I know, so am I supposed to suppress my knowledge to make you comfortable?
Well, okay, so I want to ask this question because I see someone said a submissive wife.
Mm-hmm.
What does that entail exactly?
I don't know. You would have to put that through a
Like
super
she doesn't have a mind of her own? Like what is submissive to you?
to me. Um,
Hmm.
I don't really want nobody submissive because I'm not a fucking dictator. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a dictator. I'm just somebody who,
You take it as like that too? Like
yeah, like to me, just fill in the blank spots because I have so much mental responsibility, right? I'm an
Mhm.
entrepreneur who have made something out of nothing, right? And actually made something out that you can visibly see that is tangible out of nothing. Of course, I'm gonna forget my wallet sometimes. I'm gonna forget my keys. I'm gonna forget a dish and this thing. Of course, but it's not your place to make me feel like I'm dumb because I'm forgetful. I have a fucking
Right.
computer brain that I have a lot of shit
I've seen that.
that I'm supposed to be remembering because as a person is sitting there and thinking about their job, I have a lot of responsibility. So I got to sit here. I got to do the graphics for our show. I got to hit you. I got to hit Coco. You know, it's a lot that I have responsible for, and it's working. I can see if I did 1,000 times zero and it doesn't amount to nothing. No, I'm
Mhm.
saying I want to do this. But go ahead,
Mhm.
Davita. Go ahead, because I see you. You want to go.
I just I don't think I have a problem with submission. That's not true. I just feel like I also have a voice too. So I don't know if I can. I have submitted fully in my relationship. Well, I don't know. There's still more I can submit to. I
No,
will
but
say that.
submit. But you know what?
I'll
But you know what a man. Well, you know when a man wants you to submit. You know what he's really saying.
shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. That's what. That's
Yeah,
unfortunately. That's what. You
I
can't complain
struggle with
about.
that.
Yeah, you can't complain about nothing. You can't have no say.
My man say you have everything on the list, but you don't know how to shut the fuck up. I struggle, okay, with
Okay,
that for sure.
so let me ask you something. You don't know how to shut the fuck up, right? But
Mm.
do you talk bullshit or do you talk real shit? Cause shutting the fuck up.
Sometimes it depends. I do
Okay,
both.
okay.
I can be excessive with my complaint. I think some of the stuff might be like, okay, I'm just finding something to fuss about. I can say that.
Okay,
Some of
so
the stuff might be legit, like reasons. But I think some of the stuff could come off as, okay, Davida, you could have held that in.
So Davida has to have long talks with Davida. And not
Yeah.
only that, put it on a scale. If your shut the fuck up is a 10% problem in 100 relationship, right? And the 90 is good, but the 10% supersedes the 90? How does that work? How does people let a 10% problem of you not shutting the fuck up give all the other great things, the qualities away? See, people don't push it on scales. You could say, you know what? I could deal with you not shutting the fuck up sometimes, because you know what? I could look at a female and say, you know what? You don't shut the fuck up sometimes. But yo, that brain, them titties, yo, that shit is just too good. Like you got the right beef every now and again because you don't neglect me in other ways. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna be like, oh, you don't shut
Maybe
the
he
fuck
feeling
up.
neglected though, or maybe she feeling
But
neglected.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't know.
be like, oh, you don't shut the fuck up, so fuck your titties and fuck that head and fuck everything about you. No, that's not how it works. That's selfish ass narcissistic people who would think like that. They will always make you think no matter what you do, you came up short. No matter what you do,
But
like,
see,
yeah,
like you said, you submitted to my beliefs, so that means you got to believe that they're right,
nah, it's
or you
it.
got to believe what they're saying is true,
Listen,
right?
listen. It's like it to me. Submission is both of us submitting, because the only person you should submit to really is God.
That's true. But
How you submitting
usually
to a
the person you
human though?
marry is who God sent to you. It's
Yeah,
supposed to be.
but it's still a human though. How do you submit to a human who might have errors in their ways? That's like me saying, Davida, we together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to smoke this crack. And if you love me, you'll smoke crack with me. That's what submission is. See, sometimes submission could be the wrong shit.
Yeah, I ain't doing it.
That's the point I'm making. So I'll be like, oh, we not compatible because I like to smoke crack and you don't. That's how some people be. Oh, we're not
What if
compatible.
she says God told her y'all are not for each other, but she loves you and is in love with you?
Yeah, but when we start saying God told somebody shit, that's a little slippery slope.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
I was had to read it out loud to understand it. I'm like, am I
like,
understanding this?
like we tripping right now. But I'm just saying, sometimes, again, when you live in a patriarchal world and a man thinks, women should be seen and not heard, then you're gonna have an issue, right? And then
What I
and
would
then look, and then
say
a
in the
nigga might have
past,
listen though, a nigga might have a fat ass ugly wife who don't have a choice, so of course she gonna submit. If you got you a
right?
baddie and you got a woman who,
That's what I was about to say.
yeah, she, what the fuck you mean submit?
I was about to say also though, like in the past, I never had anybody I wanted to submit to because I take care of everything myself.
Yeah.
Everything. I pay my own bills. I have a car. I have a house. I have an apartment. I have a lucrative job. I have health care. I have everything. I take care of everything by myself. We ain't gotta list everything. But I take care of everything myself. So when I meet a partner, I don't need that aspect of it. I mean, I know you shouldn't say you shouldn't need your man. I don't necessarily need him for that. I would appreciate him bringing that, but I don't necessarily need him for that. So it was kind of hard for me to submit in the past because I felt like these men didn't provide anything other than.
But even if you provide that, that don't mean the motherfucker gonna submit to you. What is submission?
Right.
Submission to some women is
I
being
feel like this time around, I feel like I want to submit.
But what are you submitting to? Submitting is shutting the fuck up. Are you ready to shut the fuck up?
I could, yeah. If for my husband.
Okay, so if you shut up, then you're no longer Davida.
And I think that's why I'm struggling because I'm like, to
So
what extent?
Now look, now imagine you change the whole course of your mind frame, your thoughts, you shut the fuck up, and the nigga just wake up one day and say, yo, this ain't working. I don't want to fuck with you no more. You done jumped through hoops. You done did everything that this person wants you to do, and then they still don't want you. Now what? You're not even yourself no more.
Right.
You should never.
I don't think he wouldn't want me to be myself though. I am a very independent woman, but I also have. I think it's like I met someone who makes me want to like
shut the
be
fuck
more
up.
He makes me want to shut the fuck up, and he makes me want to be more dependent.
I don't think it's
than
nobody on
independent.
this planet Earth that can make me shut the fuck up or want me to make
I
where.
mean, but you're not supposed. The man is not supposed to, right? I think the woman is
Nah,
supposed to
sometimes both of
submit.
y'all gotta shut the fuck up sometimes. And when you're being petty,
No,
this
I
is
know. If we're talking just shut the fuck up, but we said shut the fuck up is the definition of submission. So
some women think men should submit to them.
right.
Think about what's the biggest
No.
problem nowadays in 2023 in this new time, and what's the biggest thing in relationships? Social media. Social media is a fucking big problem because if a motherfucker sitting there putting hieroglyphs under your post, I want to know what all that shit mean. Why the fuck is this nigga doing this shit?
Hello.
You understand what I'm saying? So again, when if you, because my homie Diz Wavy Taylor Fisher said submission is about letting a woman letting a man lead, but some men cannot lead though. They failed at leading. They have failed relationships. They have baby mothers. They got failed marriages. How do you know this motherfucker can lead you? You got to be able to lead yourself. And I don't think leading is you walking behind me. I think you walking next to me. And if I stumble, you can pick me up. But if you behind me, how the hell are you going to pick me up if I fall on my face?
We're being funny when we say shut the fuck up is submission. That's being funny. I mean,
no, but it
obviously
really is
submission
though.
is
No, but it's very,
letting the man lead.
yeah, but that's
I
what,
mean, it to an extent it's shutting the fuck up, but it's really all about letting your partner lead, your man, because as a woman.
but
you're
you know
supposed to
what
let the
leading
man lead.
entails, right? Do you know what leading entails?
When they
Truthfully,
ask for space, you give them their space.
no,
That's a lead.
leading entails you being able to live freely and they take care of everything. If you, that's what the leader is. It's not us going Dutch 50-50. That's what, listen, if I'm the leader.
Oh, I don't have that issue.
So
I offer, but he never lets me.
But I'm just
Not all
saying,
the
if you're
time.
capable of paying your own way, your own life, how could somebody tell you to shut the fuck up and you a boss? You can't tell a boss to shut the fuck up. This is the problem that I might have in relationships. Yo, I'm a made nigga. How you gonna tell a made nigga to shrink himself? I can't shrink myself. I'm fucking up here.
He said he been married 13 years and his wife still.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not.
We're being funny when we say shut the fuck up. I don't think I would ever want to just shut the fuck up. But there's a time and a place, and you pick your battles.
Yeah, well, I think maturity, and why is YouTube acting stupid right now? Because they want to freeze and act dumb. But I just think
I see mine's glitching too. Yeah,
yeah. It is times where you can have a little bit more maturity and shut up in situations and not be petty. I think shutting the fuck up means don't be petty. That's why I take shut the fuck up. Like, could you stop with the petty shit?
I'm letting go of my petty because I'm struggling. I'm like my cousin said the other day, like there's some things that people do now that like I'm over 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
So certain things I'm doing now, I probably shouldn't be doing in my 30s. Like, you know, especially when it comes to social media, like
but
it's ruining a lot of relationships, but there's a lot of things that I shouldn't do with social media in my 30s that I was doing in my 20s.
But who said that it's an age range that you should be this by this?
Because I've done it already, so I should be a little bit more mature now. That's my point. It's not really an age thing. It's just more so I've done it. So I should have learned from it.
Now, Davida, this is the problem, and this is where gaslighting come in. When you're triggered, it's like saying, how dare you get triggered by what you know? That's what gaslighting is.
Right.
You can't trigger me.
Right.
And then I explode from you triggering me and say, oh, you take social media too seriously. Yes, you do. You too, motherfucker. Because if you didn't, you would delete your social media or it wouldn't matter. That's where the bullshit happens.
It's not, no. I would never ask anybody to delete their social media because business. People, I wish somebody would ask me.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's my business.
That's not what I'm saying. So when you say to me, you take social media too serious, didn't you slide in my DM? Ain't that how we met? Ain't that how sometimes people hooked up? So you take it serious too. Right. So again, I refuse to let anybody gaslight me and make me think that I'm crazy by common fucking sense. First of all, you're not smarter than me in that sense when it comes to common sense. When it comes to logic, cut it out. Because that's when people start lying. to make shit seem logical, but it's really a lie. You know what I'm saying? So now you're in a situation where somebody say they need a break from you, you on break, they need space. Again, so when do you say, listen, this space shit is cool, but I want to know what we doing? And sometimes they're going to be like, I don't know. So what the fuck are you to do? Do you sit around twirling your thumbs, waiting?
Don't deal with any man. I have a man that makes me, that I feel can lead me.
Man, fuck what they saying in that chat. They're here to listen to us. They could chime in if they want, but when they in
this is a conversation for the chat.
Yeah, but when they in other people's shit, they send super chats and they actually engage via. They want their voice heard. So we not gonna be sitting here reading people's shit and they ain't sending $1. That's just how.
I didn't say no names.
Yeah, but then that's how this super chat. This is how the chat goes. If you want to talk, you could talk, but we not going to be voicing your opinion. Like your opinion counts. You here to listen to us. You could agree or disagree and say your opinion. That's cool. But most people want their opinion read off, and they pay for it because they do that with everybody else. So, but when they come to me, sometimes they think, and I'm going to get triggered by what they're saying, and I'm just they get a freebie. No. That shit ain't gonna happen. But at the end of it all, so when a person asks you for space, do you give it to them?
Not normally, no. But I'm learning to do so because I feel like that probably was something that, like, in my past relationships, when they would be like, they want space or they'll hang up, I'll call back. Because them hanging up was saying, give me my moment, and I'll call back, or I'll force myself upon the situation. There, whatever word, force again. It sounds so cringy because I think of forcing like that Suki thing, like okay. So I'm trying to work on not forcing myself upon people.
But I've had women say I didn't fight for them too. See, that's the double-edged sword.
But did they ask for that? Did that same person ask for space?
Yeah,
or
but then be like, you gave me. It's sometimes it's a fucking game. You gave me space, but you didn't fight for me. So I'm confused. So that's why the above question is, when do you apply pressure or give them space? Like sometimes you don't know the games that people are playing. I've had women say to me before, you just let me go. Well, that's what the fuck you asked for. What do you want me to do?
If you feel like it's worth it, fight for it. If you feel like it's worth it, I think you should give space for a certain amount of time and see what they do, because that'll tell you if it's for you or not. Give them space. Give them a little bit of space.
Listen, once I feel like
it'll make or break the relationship, and you'll find out soon if you're not wasting your time.
But let me tell you something. I don't often feel like this, and I won't act on it. But once I feel like I want to punch you in your fucking mouth, I'm going to give you space, because you're not going to get to talk to me a certain way now. Just because a person asks for space and certain shit, some people start talking to you in a certain way that, who the fuck you talking to? Like, you talking to me?
Right.
Like, you're not talking to me. Like, you can't be talking to me, because I don't allow anybody to talk to me like that. And now you think you could talk to me a certain way because you got the upper hand, and you're starting to feel like I like you and you really don't like me. And that's when people start gaslighting you and fucking with you and start saying little slick shit and doing certain shit, but then want to play off of shit, because space is space. Space is, yeah,
but if you get an argument, they ask for space, is a different story. If y'all actually like have like an argument that turns into a breakup and then they ask for space to figure out if they want to still work it out, that's a whole nother. That's why I said it's case by case scenario.
Nah, but come on, man. The world...
If y'all get an argument tonight over some dinner, let's just say y'all argue about dinner and they ask for space, okay, that's stupid. But if y'all have some real shit going on and it turns into like, okay, we're about to break up, let's get some space and figure this shit out before we either end it or not. I don't know if that's a communication piece. I think that's really like, I needed some time to figure this shit out.
Space is a breakup. You know that, right?
Well,
yeah, because
then that's what it is then.
But are you willing to accept the space and the breakup? Because if a man asks you to give them space, right, and he go get fucking dome, y'all was allegedly on break. So whatever happens during that time,
you can dish it, you can take it, right?
Yeah, but then if you do it, a motherfucker be like, hold on, so We was broke up for 2 days, and
You better take it. That's all I'm gonna say.
but then that's gaslighting, because a person going to use what you do against you, but it's good for them.
Right? No, that's not.
But
That's not
that's
okay.
what
If
happens,
if
though.
after the space and that's what happens after space, and I wasn't allowed to do it, but you were, absolutely not. Then we're not meant to be. And then that's not the person for me.
I
Like they
think.
said, compatibility. It
Listen,
ain't.
listen. I
That's not
think.
happening.
I
It
think
gotta
when a
be fair
person.
across the board.
I think when a person asks for space, or we on break or whatever, we ain't meant to be then, because I'm fucking irresistible. And if
No,
you
I
could
don't think
wake,
that's. I
no,
think
if
that's.
you could listen,
Agree.
if you could wake up every day of your life and not wonder
I
if I'm
agree.
safe, if I ate, if I'm
It
sad,
doesn't mean that they're not wondering that
nah,
though. Just
fuck
because they're
that.
not talking to you,
Why you not
they
talking
could.
to
They
me
just
though?
be. Some people process things differently.
Man,
That
you need
doesn't
to
mean they're not thinking about you. That means they just probably need to figure out if they want to be here. Some people come back from breaks like this and they have the best relationship, or breaks, not like this, but I'm saying like breaks or space, and they have the best relationship afterwards. Some people come back and realize like, nah, this wasn't it, and move on.
listen.
Just
Go
move on.
bang your head against the fucking wall, okay? Because space sometimes and breaks give you time to entertain other shit, and you really just auditioning people. That shit just happens because you got a clear conscience. You so-called told the person what it is, so they don't have to look at you and say, "But they could just say, well, we wasn't together, or we're not together, so we was on break, or I needed space." Space don't mean preoccupying that space, because again, if I'm a nag and I'm a nuisance to you, what else am I going to be? Now you can try to tell me how something that I'm doing to you might be annoying, but again, you can't be petty though. You got to realize when you a fuck up too. And some people, again, some people do not deal with accountability well. They just
Right.
don't.
That's
When you
big
hold
piece.
people accountable, whether it's your best friend, whether it's your sister, whether it's your cousin, the minute you want to hold them
That's a big
accountable,
piece.
they don't want to fuck
Yeah.
with you,
And
because
I
it's
struggle with that too. So I'll be trying to like think, like sometimes I have to sit with myself and be like, Davida, like, is this really like, were you really wrong? And then sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm not wrong. And also what I learned through counseling is it's not about, in a relationship, it's not about being right or wrong. It's just like this person feels that way, you feel that way, and it's okay to have a different opinion. It's just a matter of respecting how that person feels and allowing them to say how they feel. That's key. You have to allow the person to say how they feel, and you have to respect how they feel. It, even if you don't like it, even if you feel that they're wrong, it's not about being right or wrong in a relationship. It's about hearing your partner out
I
and
agree with that,
compromise
but my
and
main
coming in a
problem,
middle.
is you're not gonna be throwing these fucking stones and you live in a glass house. You're not gonna be sitting here making me think I'm a piece of shit when you might have a lot of shit with you, but I care about you so much. I'm
So
not
much.
going to bring petty shit up. And shit is dumb.
Yeah.
Like if I go in the bathroom and you let fucking period blood on the toilet. But I know it's by mistake, right? I'm not gonna say, "Hey, you left period blood on the toilet. Look at this." I'm just gonna say, "I'm going to clean it." That's it. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
scold you or make you think that you're the worst person in the world. You might have did it 10 times. I will clean it 11. It just doesn't even matter to me, because I know you're not a malicious person. But then when you think you
Right.
perfect and you do that and I do something, I might have a fucking ass hair on the toilet and it's the end of the world. Like, oh my God, I can't believe. And it's like, yo, but you do know that you such and such, and I didn't say nothing about it. I just cleaned it. See, where we at in society now is some people think they're perfect and they think they're looking for perfect and they think they're going to get perfect, and then you're judged because they think they're perfect. They think they're above reproach. They think there's nothing wrong with them. And then when you hold them accountable like they're trying to hold you, then we're not compatible no more. Then we shouldn't be together no more. Oh, why? Because I'm forcing you to be a fucking adult. I'm forcing you to look in the mirror. That's when people run.
Right.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, that's when people. That's when
Like
people
I be
start
running
to.
too. My patience, I have like thin patience. And that's why I'm like, do I want to be married? Because, but My patience is so thin, so everything little,
Are you a jealous
that's why I
person?
say I don't know if I'm.
Are you a
Huh?
jealous person?
Yes,
Okay.
I learned that in counseling, so I can openly say yes.
But
I
but
get
but
jealous.
but now let me ask you: are you just a jealous person, or do you have a reason to be jealous? Has somebody given you a reason to be jealous?
Um, both. I'm not like a jealous. I'll be like, I'm so like I'm gonna control your every move. Or when I say jealous, like if I feel like a woman is doing something, I'm gonna speak it, like that type of jealous. Even
Okay.
though he may not be paying it no mind, I might make a big deal about it.
Because
That's what I mean
why?
by jealous.
Because
I'm not
why?
really jealous, like I'm jealous of someone, like,
Because you're a woman.
huh?
You're a woman, and
Because I'm a woman,
you
and
know when
you
a
usually
woman is
know, like,
playing. Yeah, you know when a woman is playing.
right. That's what I mean by jealous. Because like my counselor be telling me sometimes, like, David, okay, if she likes him, so what? But to me, I'd be wanting to talk about it because, but he'd be like, David, I don't be paying him no mind. And I do give him that.
Yeah, but the
But at the
motherfucker they
same,
tell you don't worry about is the person you should worry about. We have found that. That's just life.
in some cases,
In most
some instances,
cases. In
in
most
most, okay, we'll give most,
in
yeah, but I
most
don't think that's
cases.
always the case. I think,
Because a person that a person tell you don't worry about, they know that person is there, and at any given time they could just pull that trigger. You understand what I'm saying? So then it comes from, oh, I wasn't worried about them. I told you don't worry about them. But we started talking and we got close and all. Motherfucker, they been there in the cut. Cut it out.
right,
Again,
waiting for you,
that comes with insulting your intelligence. You
right?
understand what I'm saying? If I'm in a relationship with somebody and it's a particular female that's always hard eyes on my shit, always doing shit, always expressing their like for me, and you say, hold up, what's up with this chick? Oh, I don't pay her no mind. At one point, I have to say to her, yo, look, I'm in a relationship, right? I'm flattered that you think whatever you think about me, but I have to tell you to chill because it could be a little offensive to the people that I'm
Right,
in the woman I'm in a relationship with. Because
right,
them hard eyes come to, hold on, you was hard eyes in my shit. Yeah, you got some nice titties. I want to see what that shit hitting for because I know you like me. Because
right,
now people
right.
just want to be liked, right? The more the
And
merrier.
I think when you call out, like, say you call out a woman to a man, they usually get offended because they want you to give them the chance to prove that they could be the man. But it's like, I'm just letting you know. I'm not saying that you're doing anything. I'm just letting you know. But they still be like, not trying to hear you. And it's like, it don't even be about them. You're just trying to tell them about Shorty. But sometimes you don't need to tell a man about a Shorty because he probably wasn't even paying attention. And now you done put it in his mind. Now he like,
Lies. That's a lie. I'm a man. Lies. We pay attention to all hard eyes. We pay attention to every DM.
I'm
Lies.
talking about around you. I'm not talking about Instagram.
Even around you.
You could tell a woman like you
Hell yeah, you
without
feel
your
that.
girl having to call it out.
You feel that energy. Like,
A
damn,
friend
she brushed
without
across me.
your
She
girl having to call her
you
out.
know why? Because people throw their dart. They might say something inappropriate. They might say something that you like, fuck make her say that. See, some people are habitual line steppers. Not unless you a naive dummy. When I was younger, I didn't always know when women liked me. I didn't know that because I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You like me and I don't give a fuck. It's whether I like you. But then as I started
Right.
getting older, I'm like, well, why would she do that? Why would she say that? You know, that's not something you say to your friend. That's not something that if we just cool, you would say, you know, because if we just cool, you ain't gonna be telling me, and you know some of my likes from us being cool, and you know, if I say, damn, I love coleslaw, and you be like, oh, you love coleslaw? I make a good coleslaw. And it's like, you do? Well, how could I get some? You could come get some anytime and a coleslaw. And I'm like, what you just say? Now you playing, but you're not playing. And that's when I got to say, hold on. She just let me know I could come get some in the coleslaw. So now this is not just some friendly shit. She letting me know I could bust her ass if I want to. Now it's on me if I'm going to take her up on it or not. Because when a woman likes a man, they be a little bit more persistent, and the men really never say no. Right? The men never really say no because he like,
They
yo,
be acting like they so blind.
this is
Like
what I'm a
know,
dude.
Shorty wants you.
I'm a
You know,
dude.
Shorty wants you.
Yeah,
Don't play
that's
with
what
me.
listen, I'm a dude. She says some shit. She let it be known. You know, she was piquing my interest. She know my likes and dislikes, and she's letting me know what you like I can provide. Without saying, yo, I could provide that, but you throwing your little darts. So if I'm in a relationship with somebody and they see it, I ain't gonna be fucking sitting there acting like, oh, I didn't hear that shit. I know what the fuck I just heard. You know what I'm saying? And why are we hugging? Because like me, you know I don't hug. I never hugged you a day in my life. You know I don't hug. Davida, everybody knows Doggy Diamonds don't hug, right? I don't
Right.
hug. So if it's a picture of me and you hugging, and my significant other know I don't hug, what the fuck you hugging her for? Oh, that's just Davida. Come on, man. That's like a, but you don't hug. So how do I make an exception for you?
I don't know.
This is what I'm saying. So it gotta be more if I'm hugging you. I've let it be known. I only hug women I will sleep with or I slept it with already. I'm not hugging nobody else. I don't even hug my
I mean, that's
family
fair.
members.
If that's what your partner like. I mean, if you want to respect your partner, I understand that. That's fair.
But I let it be known in the beginning, I'm not a hugger. I'm not a hugger. So if a woman sees me hugging a particular female, they got to go by what I put out there. Either I will smash or I did. So they're going to ask me, so you hit that or you want to? Hell no, come on, that's Davida. So why you hugging her? You could hear a pin drop. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to listen to what people say and then hold them accountable. That's holding me accountable for hugging you. And then I say, come on, you being petty. No, I'm going off of what you said. And that's sometimes when you have a memory like me, I listen to people for a living. So when people say something, I'm sitting here storing it in my memory bank. So when you say something, I'm gonna say, yo, but didn't you say such and such? Now, if you play stupid, I know you were fucking lying. You was just saying shit. You know what I'm saying? So
my memory sucks. So
no, I see. I'm the polar opposite. I got one of them, just one of the memories because I don't drink or smoke. All I have is my memory.
right.
You know what I'm saying? All I have is my memory, and I've trained myself to remember certain shit that has to do with business. But I might not even know where my wallet is at. So I don't have a supreme memory. I might not know where my keys is at. I was looking for my wallet today, as we say that. You know what I'm saying? But again, I just think in this time, dealing with social media, dealing with the lack of communication, and dealing with bum ass friends, relatives, and other people egging a person on too. Sometimes that's a fucking problem.
Right.
Because if you,
I don't like friends. I don't like friends that are gonna like not hold you accountable. I don't like that.
that's
Like my friends, like if I feel like my friends are being too negative, I'm not gonna talk to you about my relationship anymore because I don't want you to be negative. Like there's a way to be supportive and not be negative.
facts.
Like you, because at the end of the day, I'm also wrong too. So I want you to tell me I'm wrong, and I want you to say he's also wrong here. You can't. I guess if they're your friends, they're not gonna be neutral. They're gonna be like, "F this person, F that person. Do what you want to do."
But see, as a friend, my job is to tell you you're not wrong for thinking that or feeling that, right? You're not wrong. But now we have to find a way to process it and cope with it. Because just because you're not wrong, that don't mean you go off the deep end. And if you want something still, this is how you deal with it. That's why sometimes male and female relationships, friendships work good because I'm like, I can tell you from the male perspective how I would process shit. But then I also know when I'm full of shit. You know what I'm saying? I also know when it's like, all right, that was bullshit. Yeah, he hit you with the 52 fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that was bullshit.
Right.
And sometimes it's easy for me to tell you, it's not that you're wrong. It's just that I just want you to shut the fuck up. Because you holding me accountable. We all know in a relationship, right? One thing that your partner can do to irk the fuck out of you. Everybody knows that. So if you know that, why do you do it?
I don't know.
She said Fatima Abdul, why he said, some, not all, but some Latino women be getting too loose and friendly with the word poppy. It's very inappropriate and unprofessional, especially if I said to a man who has a woman with him. See, that what I found about a lot of Latino women, they're very affectionate. They like kissing you. They like to kiss. They'll kiss you on your cheek.
I don't even think that's Latino. Korean. I think Korea's.
I don't know no Koreans. I'm talking about Latino women will walk up to you and they kiss on the cheek.
Really?
And I'm like, you fucking kissing me? I just don't play this. Again, I have limited female contact with anybody I'm not in a relationship with. I just don't touch me. I'm reserved for one person. Okay. So there's no way that my significant other will know that no woman could ever touch me but her. Straight like that.
I don't think hugging would bother me though, because I'm a hugger naturally. So I would hug somebody like, hi, hey friend, like, you know, or maybe like a side hug, but hugging wouldn't bother me.
Davida, we've never hugged. This is what I'm saying.
No, I know. I'm talking about me, you. I'm saying me personally, I'm a hugger naturally. So, and I'm very friendly. So I don't think hugging would bother me.
Nah, you ain't. I just don't hug. Just don't fucking touch me. I'm okay with that. Don't touch me. Like because I feel like sometimes women have that magic they could put on you by touching you. Sometimes it's certain energy in a touch, and you be like, damn, your hand felt good. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, your hand felt kind of good.
There's a show, and it was just exactly how you said. Like, he didn't want to, like, he said, oh, she looked good, but he was keeping to himself. And as soon as she touched him, he was like, ooh, oh, weak.
Yeah, that's what. Nah, don't touch me. Don't touch me, because I know I can feel sometimes when you being a fuck nigga, when you trying to entice me. Don't touch me.
Mm-hmm.
Because
women also be trying to be seen.
But you know what? That's why I don't. You know why? That's why I don't hug too, because it feel good. I don't want you to make me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Side hug is cool, but that embrace, nah, don't touch me. Because once I feel them chesticles on me, I'm gonna be like, whoa, god damn. You know what I'm saying? That shit just, it feel good. So I ain't doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that shit. Don't hug me. Don't try to kiss me. Don't do none of that shit. And a lot of Latino women do that shit.
But if you put it like that, people be feeling good. I'm gonna stop hugging people, or I'm gonna do a little church pat.
I'm telling you, yeah, because a nigga be like,
y'all know I disrespect my relationship.
Because there's certain niggas that'll come up to you and be like, where my hug? Or hey, because he know you feel good. So it's a cheap feel thing too. Women and men get their cheap feels. You know what I'm saying? Women and men get their cheap feels. So nah, we not hugging if I don't fuck with you like that. Straight like that. And even
we need to talk about Suki.
So before we go, because we got like a few minutes we could spend on that. What did you think about the situation? Was it too much pressure?
I cringed the whole time.
And what time? Because it's two times though. It's two times. It's one time with the YK Osiris dude. Then it's another time she was in an interview and the dude like propositioned her. Did you see both of them?
No, I didn't see the proposition one though. I just saw the Y2, whatever his name is, because he's not important.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, she kept saying no. Like, she was like, you could see how uncomfortable she was. And then for him to go laugh at her, where his homeboy was like, how do you think that that's funny? And it's so disgusting that people are like, oh, because of what she does for a living, that it's okay for you to invade her space. Like, ooh.
No, I didn't.
I was cringing the whole time, and I was like, wow. Like, and then in the comments, men were saying like, oh, but women do this to men all the time. It doesn't matter who it's done to. It's not right.
Okay.
And why are we making it about a man when we're watching a video about a woman being disrespected?
So I agree with you, but then after that, I saw a video of her twerking on like 10-year-olds. What the fuck is that? What do we do?
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
but I would have probably cringed for that too.
Yeah, she's twerking on. So again, I think sometimes when you put certain things in the universe, when it happened to you, you can't cringe because why are you twerking on babies?
I don't think that 1 + 1 = 2, Doggie.
Agree. But if we gonna kick him in his ass, she gotta. No, she
definitely should. But like, why are we bringing up what she did? If y'all didn't call it out then, it's not appropriate to call it out when she's getting assaulted on national TV.
No, what I'm saying is that if you do, when it get done, you can't cry. That's just all I'm saying. And it's still not right. I'm not agreeing with what he did, because I personally think he's a fun boy and trying to cover the fact that he's a little weirdo and just try to say that he
Okay, I
that he's
understand.
not.
I'm bored now.
No, I'm just saying. I just think that he's trying to prove because no, I did kiss Patra before, but she kind of enticed me. I kissed Patra before, the reggae singer, but it wasn't like that. I ain't stick my tongue in her mouth, but she just looked so good, and I'm like, yo, I'm kissing you, and she laughed, and I did, but that was our little
No one's
thing.
accusing her actions. It's the fact that it is not, it's not appropriate to bring up when we're talking about her assault. Okay, she did that. Not saying that it's right, or I'm not agreeing with her doing that. But us talking about what she did does not warrant what happened to her.
Yeah, it's all still messed up. No matter how you look at it, it's all still
Right.
messed up. But I just think, I seen her. I was there when she did that shit to Drewski. Like she played with his butt before or something like that. Like so she maybe, but again maybe but see, I don't like to say maybe because then I'm justifying it. But in certain circumstances, when you radiate and you push sexuality, people don't know how to approach you.
That's what I'm saying. I think that they're looking at her sexuality and they're like, "Oh my God."
But what's her name
Like,
though?
let me,
But what's her name? Suki what?
I don't know her phone name. I just know
Suki with
Suki.
the good coochie.
What that mean? We had Superhead. We had plenty of these people. What does that
And you
mean?
know how
Okay, she got
many
Suki with the good.
superhead? You know how many niggas wanted
Then,
to test that
first of
theory?
all, on let's be honest, it's only thirsty men that are pressed to be like, "Oh, I see her and do that." Any man of some substance ain't gonna go up to no woman just because her name is Suki with the good coochie.
What niggas got substance?
That's
What niggas got
that's
substance?
a good question. That's a good.
You
That's a
talk.
good question. I don't know. What I'm
You don't
saying. What
think
I'm
every
saying is,
man want to test some fucking good coochie?
of course they do, but like, ask or like wait till she give you some kind of. She didn't give him. She kept saying no and pulling
I
away, and
agree.
he
I'm
still
not.
kept.
I'm not. I'm not co-signing what he did, but you can't advertise like if you hear footprints got good Rasta
You
pasta.
can. You can.
No, but if
So
you
what?
hear
That don't
listen,
mean come try me.
but if I tell you footprints got good Rasta pasta, you gonna want to taste the Rasta pasta.
But you're gonna pay for it, or you got permission to get the Rasta pasta. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but a nigga might have been
He
like,
had none of the above.
I agree with that.
This ain't pull up to the drive through and pull and no. This ain't
So,
have it your way.
so what should she have slapped him?
Absolutely. I would have.
Yeah, I think she. So I don't know if she froze in that moment,
I think
but
she was uncomfortable because it was on national TV. Like I don't think it was I think she just didn't want to react then because she didn't even know what was happening. Like when you be in those moments, like you don't know how to respond. You just kind of laugh it off, play it off until like you're sitting by yourself and you're like, wait, that just happened to me.
well, I got discipline, right? I got discipline, so I wouldn't carry
But not
myself.
everybody does.
So, but if I see somebody like Tiana Trump, you don't think I'm gonna be like, yo, it's Tiana Trump? Like,
I mean, I think anybody
this is
would, but
what I'm
that don't mean
saying. So again,
appropriately.
but I'm grown. No, everybody doesn't have the maturity when you've been advertising that this coochie is good. Because we've seen instances where people just walk up to people and kiss them. We seen
I
Will
think
Smith.
thirsty niggas
We
do stuff
look.
like
We
that. I
look.
don't think
Listen, we seen Will Smith kiss what was his co-host on the red carpet or all that. We seen certain things, and sometimes it's a reenactment, right, of what we see. And again, so he doesn't understand. I don't think he understands that is wrong. Now that he know that is wrong, now he's sorry and everything. But at the end of it all, yo, and I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong, but I think our reaction should be you got to tone it down as well now too, because now the floodgate.
no,
Yes, she do.
no,
Yes, she
no.
do.
She doesn't have to tone nothing down.
So she could be.
That's what she wants to do, but that doesn't mean come rape her because she
She
doesn't tone down. No,
she
allow her to
didn't
be
get raped
herself.
though. She didn't get raped though.
I'm just saying, you're when you say that she needs to tone it down as if she's inviting it, that's not the case. That's just that's her job. That's what she chose to do. That doesn't mean come rape her. Like even in the strip club, just because they shaking their ass, that don't mean be overly aggressive.
Well, first of all, in the
No.
strip club, I could touch your ass for $1, so calm down. All right, don't act like you the
Yes,
baddest
but
bitch.
you can't put your finger in it if she didn't give you that permission. That's overstepping.
No, I think he was wrong, but I'm just saying, if
No, she don't have to tone it down though, just because people are doing that. That's not no.
okay, so this is what I'm saying about labels and how we carry ourselves, right? So if I carry myself, like say Takashi, what he was saying, I want you to test my gangster, test my gangster. That's what's gonna happen. Sometimes you put a label on yourself, and sometimes you put a damn bullseye on your head. Listen,
Right.
sometimes you put a bullseye on your head for what you put out for the world. When you put something out for the world,
What she chose to do. She don't have to tone it down, but just because the world is being inappropriate with her, that's her fan base. I don't have to tune in.
but she's
That's the
being,
point I'm
being,
making.
but she's being inappropriate with the world though. At the same time,
No, that's her platform.
I seen her twerk.
Freedom of speech.
I seen her twerk on
Okay,
children.
in those instances on twerk, no, hell no. That's no, she needs to stop that, obviously. But I'm saying her porn platform, she don't have to stop that just because men don't know how to be appropriate.
How do you be appropriate
That's
when
what
you
I'm
see
saying.
somebody sucking dick? What's appropriate about that? What's appropriate about that? For real. What's appropriate about that? What's appropriate about when I went to her Twitter one day and the name of the song was Pussy and all I saw was pussy? What's appropriate about that?
You went there. That's the first start.
It's
of
a
that sentence.
public
You chose to
domain.
Go there.
No, I didn't click a secret link. I didn't search for it. It's public.
I know it's public, but you chose. You could take yourself out of it.
Right
Remove
now,
yourself.
listen, right now, you can go on Twitter and you're going to see ass that you didn't even ask for. Right or wrong? Are they not retweeting ass and all that shit on Twitter that you're not even asking for right now? Do you know you see more people posts that you're not following than you are following? Right or wrong?
Right. I see. Actually, I see more dick than
This
ass
is
on
whoa,
Twitter.
Time out. Flag on the play. I'm just saying.
That's what I see on my
But
being retweeted, and I'm like, whoa, what is this?
But this is
when
what
did
I'm
Twitter
saying.
become this?
But I'm saying if
Twitter has become the new X videos.
Facts. But this is what I'm saying. If she's doing something for a certain attention, right? And then these people give her attention and retweet it, and I'm following said person and I see this pussy everywhere, then I'm going to be like, hold on. This is what this is about. But me being a grown ass man that can use discernment and have maturity, I know that that doesn't give me the okay to do that. This is an industry where all these motherfuckers do is violate each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think,
I don't think she should have did that in front of kids. No, I'm not condoning that at all.
And I think a dude like YK Osiris has been like a lot of dudes' little boy toy. Seriously. Because what does he do? What does he do?
I don't even know who he is except for from this video. That's the only way.
This is what I'm saying. I don't know what he does, but he's always in the mix of somebody. He's with Drake, then he's with Diddy. Then what does he do?
Want to claim him after this?
I'm just saying, I don't know what he does. I don't know what he does. I don't know what his job description is. So to me, he took his moment. And it backfired. And then you had Meek defending him. Don't do that to him. He's a kid. I'm like, he's a fucking kid.
Then go teach him something.
Yeah, but Meek is the moral. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna get fucking morals from police. I mean, morals from fucking Meek. I don't know.
I think people in the comments talking about like, okay, she deserves it because
no, she don't deserve anything.
Promotes it. That's not. No, she doesn't deserve anything. So what? She promotes that, and
no, I don't. I don't
mean
agree.
Come touch me.
I don't agree with that.
If I'm walking, if I'm at, okay, let's use a nudist beach for example. If I'm walking on a nudist beach with my titties out because it's a nudist beach, that doesn't mean you come grab me because I'm free about them.
But Twitter is not a nudist beach.
I'm just saying, I'm using that as an example. I'm saying they're saying because of the message that she portrays that it was okay for Y2, whatever the fuck his name is, to do that to her.
I don't think it's okay, but you got to understand, if I see you on camera and you project whole shit all the time, I'm not going to want to talk to you about calculus. We're not going to talk about calculus. I'm going to come at you with that whole shit that you talk about.
I mean, yeah.
But that don't mean touch you, though. See, it's a difference between dialogue.
Right.
Yeah, it's a difference between dialogue and touching, because the other guy was straight up and down. He said some stuff to her, and I could see she was uncomfortable by what was being said. And Candy was sitting there laughing like it was funny. Candy thought it was cool, so I don't know. But I'm not co-signing touching anyone. I don't even like touching people. I don't even like people touching me.
Touch no one if they didn't ask you to touch them. No one. Regardless of what their
job,
sexual
so according to DeVita, he should be arrested?
If she feels like she was violated, absolutely.
What would you do?
Sexual assault is sexual assault.
What would you do?
If I felt that uncomfortable, I would report his ass. Sexual assault is sexual assault. I would definitely do it. If I felt that uncomfortable, and I don't even know, because especially if you don't know him like that, you probably couldn't even have a conversation with him. So no, I feel violated.
I don't know. All right, close us out. We out of here, man. But so again, we concluding that you should give the person space and see what happens. That's what we're concluding.
Do what?
We're concluding that give the person space and see what happens. Don't apply pressure. That's what you said.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna be on.
Okay.
The rest of my grown life.
Okay.
I want to grow as a person. I think I've been forcing myself on people too often. And if you want me, you can come find me.
All right, man. I guess it is what it is, man. We'll holler at them next time. Give them your social media. Give them your TikTok. Give them everything.
Everything is Davida Simone. Everything on everything. I'm about to put in the comments.
Spelt like that. What do you prefer? What's your preference that people follow you
on? Actually, anything. I don't really have a preference, because I mean, I'm more active in my stories on Instagram, but don't come in my DMs, please. Unless you want to talk about positivity, because I got a man. I don't got time for that.
Talk about positivity.
But
fuckers talk about positivity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind. Listen, I don't mind people.
I like posting on TikTok more.
I don't mind people coming in my DMs talking to me. Just don't send me no videos, please. I don't give a fuck about none of them videos y'all send me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to
come talk. I talk. I just don't want to talk about any inappropriate stuff.
Listen,
you're gonna get blocked.
No, I'm gonna be very, very transparent. Any of them fucking videos you send me, I don't give a fuck about none of them. If it don't got nothing to do with me or my content, why are you sending me other people's shit? I don't care. None of these people you send me, I think are profound or smart. It's not some new discovery shit. I don't care. We're like, yo, you should see this. And then people be sending you shit to try to trigger you to have this fake outrage. Yo, I'm not going to share that moment with you. You can have that moment.
Right.
I don't care. I'm just one of them people that I pick and choose my spots. And I choose to pick that I don't give a fuck. So you can't make me care. All right, Davida, I'm going to holler at you later on. You'll be at Barkley. I'm glad that you didn't bark or nothing like that. You've been a good girl.
You hear her back there. That's why I kept looking at she over here. We're having a whole field day on the floor.
Yeah.
Or her toys.
All right, so till the next time we out, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow Davida. Follow her on TikTok. She does a lot of TikTok. Follow her YouTube page if you want to see her BBL journey and all that stuff. Make sure you follow her on everything is Davida Simone. Just Google it. It's going to come up. Until next time, we holler at y'all. Peace. Oh, what the hell? I'm fucking up. Listen, I'm all the way just broke everything. I guess we out. There we go. I broke everything. Ah.
Doggie. We still live?
Yeah, we still on. So we gonna wait till it go completely off.